Oxford ethicist Professor Nigel Bigar on the show a couple of weeks ago, and he was adamant that it's okay to see some cultures as superior to others. He was very careful to point out that no culture is absolutely superior in every way, and nor should it be seen that any culture will always, forever, be more superior than others. Cultures can evolve, and some cultures have qualities in some areas and others don't. Do you think it is, I mean, culture is the word that keeps coming up in this voice topic. Do you think the affinity with Indigenous culture is what's holding a lot of our most forgotten and forsaken Indigenous people back?
Yeah, absolutely. Australia had a bit of an obsession with Aboriginal culture or traditional Aboriginal culture, and what we see today is what it's a fabricated culture, or what Best Price calls a Disneyland culture. And so we make this assumption, oh, it's got to be done the right way. We don't want to violate cultural safety of Indigenous people. When in actual fact, the vast majority of Aboriginal Australians are indistinguishable from non-Aboriginal Australians in the way they conduct their day-to-day life. Now, certainly where you have areas where, there's language barriers, different languages and that sort of thing, yes, it's good to have some cultural input there to communicate with people. But again, you still need to do that based on the assumption that those Aboriginal people have the same fundamental needs as non-Aboriginal people.
Indeed, that's how the nation was founded, that all men are equal and women are equal and have similar needs. Culture can only be sometimes culture can be an obstacle to that. Now, how do you look back? I just want to throw a broad question at you. Do you see Australian history as generally progressive in race relations? And in recent years, has that progression stalled?
Look, on the ground, race relations, I think, are fine. I was in Alice Springs recently, and I walk into shops and clubs, and you just see Indigenous and non-Indigenous come in and out, mingling, and that sort of thing. So generally, on the ground, it's doing quite well. And most Indigenous people are either partnered up with a non-Indigenous person or are the product of an Indigenous and non-Indigenous union. So yes, day to day, I think it's fine. But again, it's up in the political arena where it gets, and academia and all that sort of thing, where it gets played out in schools, universities, diversity programs in the workplace, and that, where you get this presentation that Indigenous are so vastly different from non-Indigenous people, and it's very far from reality